All right, it's the rundown. It's Wednesday, January 9th. Yeah, I'm on it right now. I'm actually in queue. It's brought by Simply Safe, URL simplysafe.com/rundown. Simply Safe believes nothing comes between you and protecting your home. They've gotten rid of reasons not to get it. There's no contract. If a storm takes out your power or an intruder destroys your keypad, Simply Safe is ready. Go to simplysafe.com/rundown. Protect your home today.
If someone licks your doorbell for 3 hours,
I'm all in
come
on
and fix it.
I'm all in on protecting everything. I'm big on the protecting train right now, so I'll probably get Simply Safe. NFL coaching changes, bunch of them. Bruce Arians to Tampa Bay, that has to be a win. Some guy that I didn't really know who they think is going to be a next young mind went to LaFleur, right, to
Matt
Green
LaFleur,
Bay.
Yep.
I know nothing about him, really.
He's like the prototypical, because the Bears, he was a finalist for the Bears last year. He's the prototypical, worked with Kyle Shanahan, worked with Sean McVay, 39 years old.
And then I think the one that everyone's, and I guess the Browns just hired their offensive line coach. Kitchen is his name?
Yeah.
Kind of football-looking guy. But the one that everybody's talking about, that we'll talk about, is Kliff Kingsbury going to the Cardinals.
Kliff Kingsbury here. Cardinals fans, can't tell you how excited I am to be your head coach. Looking forward to taking the field at State Farm Stadium in front of the Red Sea. It's time to rise up.
Now, I guess it's not as surprising because we heard he was blocked from interviewing with the Jets. But to me, and I like Kingsbury. I told you this. I said it yesterday on the radio. I saw Kingsbury at 11 in Miami. He sat next to me. And I mean, I started sweating instantly. Like, this guy had a presence.
Got the it factor.
Yeah. Well, I was with a girl, and if I could have put, like, blinders on the girl so they couldn't even make eye contact, like I would. He was that good. He also may have been with Holly Sonders at the time. He was with an absolute rocket.
Which is now, like, out in
and I think it was her. If not,
probably.
Disregard. But I think it was.
I think she's married to, what's his name, Eric?
Who?
What's that guy?
Who?
Holly Sonders.
No. They're like, she
dating.
put out a tweet like, "I'm so proud of you" with a heart.
And then they're like,
after
you're
he got the
flirting
job.
with him. And she's like, I'm
Oh,
doing.
so she's not married. Eric Casillas.
Oh, no, she is spouse, Eric Casillas.
Yeah.
I guess they're...
No, that wasn't her.
We should probably change the title of a blog then.
No, it was her that tweeted at him.
Right.
Yeah. And then she's like, but she made it seem like they were because they're like, you're flirting. She's like, it's more than flirting now.
Oh.
She made it seem that way, so maybe
I
it's
saw
wrong.
a headline on a website that said Holly Sonders and Kliff Kingsbury are officially dating. So
Yeah, that was our website.
Yeah, that
was
was
our
our
website.
Yeah, so
That was
according to
us.
sources.
And by the way, I have no idea. It was just a very attractive girl that you could have. I didn't think it was. Could have. Whatever. The case may be.
They're divorced. Holly Sonders is now divorced.
They are divorced.
Yeah.
So I think it was.
We're good.
I think they are dating, and I think I saw her there, and she is thunder.
Yeah.
What a
Official,
dating.
for real. Yes. Okay.
I'm pretty sure I saw her then.
I wrote it. Oh, wait, what did you see?
They were at
I
a
saw her. I was at 11.
And he saw him fucking.
Really?
sex
Yeah.
tape.
I did not see that. I did see Kliff Kingsbury at 11. Sat next to him. He was with what I would call a girl who made me turn to puddle almost as much as he did.
What a duo.
They
what
were.
a fucking
I
power.
saw him come in and I got nervous.
Yeah,
This
see,
is along with
I would have liked that in New York.
What's that?
I would have liked the name, the look, the girl,
So
the
that's-
swagger,
but-
the youth. I would have been down with it.
Outside the fact he has just never won.
I was just
pretty
saying,
much,
you get
pretty much.
You got
I'm going
fired
on
from
just-
Texas Tech.
So what do you
I'm
think
just
Texas
going on
Tech
the
is
look.
thinking?
I have no idea. The whole thing is wild, and the whole USC thing is wild. Like going there for 2 weeks.
They make
pulled
it.
the wob.
They make it. Yeah. They make it seem like he is Nick Saban.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's just, this is the NFL. It's like they get it stuck in their head. Sean McVay, Kyle Shanahan, Matt Nagy, like Matt LaFleur, all these young guys who are offensive guys. Like, well, we got to do it. Lincoln Riley. If Lincoln Riley wanted to be out of Norman, he could get a job. He could get any job in the NFL right now.
I love.
If that guy-
Kingsbury.
if he
I
doesn't
think
have that
Texas
name
Tech
and that
was.
look, do
I
you
think
think he-
Texas Tech was stupid for firing Kingsbury. I think that's as good as you're really going to get in Lubbock.
Well, he could be good if you just find someone else to do the defense, which I assume he will do.
Well, I was saying that. So in the NFL, it's different than college. I do remember the press conference, though, when someone asked them, like, there's like 948,000 college football players in Texas. You can't find 11 to play defense, and he had no answer for that.
Yeah.
It's just like, I guess not.
yeah.
I don't know. It's a wild move. And I also don't think those type of offenses work in the NFL either.
Well, that's what it's becoming.
That's
the
what's in
NFL's
vogue right now,
becoming,
yeah.
The RPO, like
If that
spread
dude is
offense. I
like
mean, it always
gross
has been in the
looking,
NFL.
I don't think he has the look. I don't think he gets that same look if he's not the full persona.
So you like if you're a Cardinals fan, you're happy.
No, well, as I'm
what
saying
do the
that
Cardinals-
sounds like the
yeah.
most fucking Jets thing ever, right? Like we hired the guy.
But you
like,
said you'd want him in New York.
I know. I would like that persona in New York. I think that'd be fucking awesome. But yeah, it has to be predicated upon him being good. But it's like, Belichick.
You're the
is
Arizona Cardinals. What else
polar
are you
opposite.
do? Like that at least that ignites the fan base.
Yeah, I guess, but I mean, I would think like there's only how many jobs in the NFL? I was
32.
32, 20. You can't get like a proven winner.
Well,
Who?
like
Kingsbury? Oh, you're saying no because
There are no
the NFL's in this weird
There's very
spot
few
now
proven
where
winners.
they finally, for the longest time, it was just retreads, right? Like
Yeah.
it was just guys,
Right,
which
I don't like,
Like
right.
Rex Ryan would still, if it was 10 years ago, Rex Ryan would still
Right,
be getting jobs.
right,
Like all
right,
these guys.
right.
Now they're just everyone wants that
Taking
that
shots.
taste of the young offensive.
So then Texas
QB
Tech has to be like,
guru.
what the hell did we just do?
Yeah,
Right?
I don't know. The college,
Or they're like, watch out.
the other thing with
you know?
college coaching is and you always have to like throw a big asterisk on when a guy gets fired. Colleges are so weird because if Kliff Kingsbury like pissed off one guy who's a rainmaker in Lubbock, then it's it. You know what I mean? Like it can be that quickly. It's
Yeah.
it's
A lot of
like
politics.
if the boosters are like we don't want it anymore, he's gone.
So, all right, are you happy if you're a Cardinal fan?
Yes.
You're happy with that?
Yeah, because you invested a first-round pick in Josh Rosen, who wasn't good this year. Which I think we all say like we're not going to judge it. I'm a big believer. If you're going to use a first-round pick on a quarterback, you better get a guy who can get the most out of it.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, again,
Mike McCarthy or Kliff? Because that's basically what the Jets are looking at now.
Well,
now they're going to
McCarthy's a retread, so
Right. But
McCarthy's a retread, but I think McCarthy also is better than like. I think he's better than people give him credit for.
I think I was kind of like retread. I don't want this guy. But then I feel like he kind of got like a smear campaign from the Packers fans who say Aaron Rodgers could do no wrong.
right, and Aaron Rodgers is clearly not the same Aaron Rodgers this year. So
it's also to your point, Dan. I don't know if like Kingsbury, and there's different types of head coaches in the NFL. Meaning, like Mike Mayock just came out. It was like John Gruden has every decision. Belichick clearly makes every decision. That's not going to be the case clearly for Kingsbury.
No.
So maybe Kingsbury, in a weird way, is like the first that we've seen head coach / like souped up offensive coordinator. Really.
well, Sean McVay writes plays on the sideline.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Andy Reid does that sometimes too. Like I think that's where the NFL's kind of going, where it's like trust the other guy with the defense. We'll stay out of your way. We'll stay on offense.
Crazy.
Do you want to talk? We're talking coaching changes. You want to talk about your boy losing?
Madison going from Michigan
Two
to
guys
Who's the
from
other guy?
Michigan walked across the street to Ohio State.
Seems
Two of their
about right.
best recruiters.
Well, they weren't doing such a hot job for us, were they?
I mean, they've always recruited well.
Michigan? Michigan hasn't had great recruiting classes lately.
What?
They haven't.
What are we defining great?
Top 5 class?
I don't know. I think they've had
No, I don't
pretty
think so.
close to that. What was he?
We're decent, like top 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
I mean, that's where
Go
Michigan is.
recruit those guys at Ohio State. Good.
Okay.
Start over.
Okay.
Honestly,
You
know
have
who-
to say there's a difference when a guy walks out of Ann Arbor. If he goes anywhere else in college football, it's not a story.
It's
When
annoying
he
that now
it's two
I don't
of them.
Dave just rolling over on Michigan sucks now.
Right, and he's also just doing this like, well, that's not a good recruiting class top 10.
What do
yeah,
you want
it
me
is
to
for
do?
Michigan.
You want me to like? I'm honest. That's what people never get about the history of the Dave Portnoy brand. Like I'm arrogant and cocky with the Patriots because we're the best. I call it how it is. Michigan stinks. You know who Michigan should hire as a recruiter? This guy. I would get fucking kids in the locker room.
You've
what I
always
would do.
said that's your game. Get
Yeah, get in the
there
locker room. I will get Michigan
No,
in
get
the
you in the
top
living
5
room.
class.
Living
Yeah,
room.
what I
You'd
said.
be terrible.
Locker
No,
room.
get me in the living room.
Yeah.
Top
Get you
5
in the
class
living room.
guaranteed. Harbaugh cut me out of the signing the stars. That was his first mistake. I was supposed to be one of the guys who announced those. Oh, we
Huge
don't have
mistake.
room. And then you got these idiots
Well, would you
doing
have
it.
wanted to announce it? It's not a good recruiting class.
This was earlier. This is when
Yeah,
the
but
hype
that
was
still
there.
wasn't.
No,
yeah.
but then it's
But
like,
that was Madison that recruited those guys.
whoever it was, get me involved in the recruiting.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And now I want to do is shut you up with that face you have. I'll
Because
fucking
I
recruit
think
the
I proved
fuck
my
out of people.
point.
What?
They did have good recruiting classes with
No,
those
I'm
two
just saying,
recruiters.
get me in like they do that whole ceremony.
I know.
I got banned from it.
I know.
Because Derek Jeter had like his company, and they're like, no, oh, it's all right. Well, Jeter ain't out there in the living rooms. I will be.
Michigan matters.
I don't know.
Stop. It's like, we'll be here for another hour.
I'm sorry,
Let's
I'm
go.
sorry.
Next
I'm
topic.
sorry. I'm sorry.
Next topic.
I'm sorry. I just thought it would be a bigger deal to you because that is a big it would be walking across the street to Columbus is a big deal.
I already said we're Northwestern.
Okay.
That's not a big deal.
Okay.
It's not like we're fucking winning games. Andrew Wiggins called Schroeder, the guy with the little streak, said he's gay or he was acting gay, and then he said he never said the word. Problem for Andrew Wiggins is quite clearly on tape.
That's a difficult denial to have when it's on the tape.
Kind of offense or something? It just seemed like he was pretty wound up.
I don't know what's wrong with him. He was just gay. He was acting crazy for no reason. I look right through it.
What has anyone presented it to him? That's the only way.
did you
Because
see-
I'm
he
a
said-
big proof it guy.
He said getting. He said that he said, his tweet said, I said, he's getting acting crazy, and that the getting sounded gay.
No, the gay was gay.
Gay, definitely.
Gay was gay.
But I almost do respect it, like,
he
I
said
was-
he
I
also
said getting.
Didn't say it.
Yeah.
He's
you
like,
know,
I never say
Costanza did that
anything.
shit, just like
Yeah.
deny.
You can fake any video. I just
Deepfakes,
saw a
man.
video.
Deepfakes are
I
everywhere.
saw a video of someone remade it so Cody Parkey made the kick. It was awesome.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
it's
kind of
all
like
like it happens.
it's kind of like always the Carl Everett. It's like dinosaurs didn't
Yeah,
exist
show
because
it.
I didn't
Put
meet
it
them.
in front of my face.
Yeah, right. Randall Spacey. This is
Oh my
Kevin
God.
Spacey's.
Oh my God, the fact
Brother.
that Kevin Spacey is the normal Spacey
Oh my
is
God,
fucking
this guy's
bananas.
awesome.
I fucking love Randall Spacey.
I mean, that's every
love
day
him.
too. Just rolls out of bed,
Listen, that you know that scene in like Zoolander when like there's all those wild like the Eskimos are like, who knows? I got drunk and like penises end up. You go out with Randall Spacey, all bets are off. You can't
getting fucked.
sue, you can't do anything, but you know shit's gonna be wilder than you ever thought imaginable.
He also has like those pictures where he's standing in front of a limo. That's just class. That's
Yeah.
class on class. If you stand in front of a limo with your like hand on the limo, like this is mine, or I might be a limo driver.
those-
But
You know who that
Texas-
reminded me of? The guy from Chicago, Ferrari guy from Chicago.
Oh yeah, Ferrari guy. I think he retired his Ferrari.
That guy was awesome.
Yeah, he was. I tried to do a video with him. and
What do you
I
mean? He
was-
just doesn't drive it anymore?
I can't remember. I can't remember what happened with him.
You should start
Tried
dressing
to-
like that guy.
Where do you even
He
get
had,
those
like,
We
clothes?
gotta get
Those-
Eddie with
those-
him.
he
We
has,
gotta
like,
figure out if
capes
he's
and
still around. He just drive
tails
up
and-
up and down Lakeshore Drive in his Ferrari.
Another proposal that came across, which I don't know how this hasn't happened yet. So people are signing petition. I don't know how the Dakotians feel about it. They want to combine
I don't think they get a say in this.
North Dakota, South Dakota. They want to call it Megakota.
So in.
There's never been an idea. It's like almost like saying, "Oh yeah, well we should have the Monday after the Super Bowl as a national holiday."
Yeah.
Everyone agrees with this. Megakota would make so much. The swag that Megakota would have instantly become at least the top 47 state.
They'll decide the presidency. Fucking Megakota. What
Yeah.
Megakota says goes.
Yeah.
How long till the University of Megakota is in the playoffs? College football playoffs.
True.
One season.
True.
I'll
tell you what,
Talk
too,
about
like-
recruiting. Come play for Megakota. There's no
I mean,
fucking
that's-
rules.
if there's
Megakota is a problem.
If there's
Problem.
one way-
Physical at
Get
the
them
line
some
of
fucking
scrimmage.
great uniforms. Make them look swagged out and let them fucking run like a pack of wild dogs. Done.
If there's one guy who can make Megakota happen, he's in the White House.
Yeah.
He would do
Oh.
Megakota in a second.
Yeah, he would.
If you,
He'd
if
win
you
some
got
people
that
back.
in front of his face, you said, "Hey, look, we're trying to make it Megakota."
Sign
Done.
that in a heartbeat.
Megakota.
Great name.
Big problem for
Big
if
problem.
they get.
For
Like,
everyone.
what's funny is
Yeah.
like logically it should just be called Dakota. We don't need a North and a South anymore.
No,
like
like
nah,
Mega.
Megakota. Let's go.
Megakota.
So it turns out the guy brought down Chapo.
Then you make Puerto Rico the 50th state, so we can stop this whole like they can do the lottery, but they're not a state thing.
What?
You know, how Puerto Rico
Shots
they can
at
play.
Puerto Rico from Big
Well, they
Cat.
can play
Jeez.
they can play the lottery, but they're not a state. They're like a, what are they?
Commonwealth.
They're a Commonwealth. Let's make Puerto Rico 50, Megakota
And you still
49.
keep the same number.
Yeah,
right?
'cause that- you can't
okay,
get
I
off
feel you.
50.
I thought that was a
Right,
ricochet
right.
shot.
You
Now
can't-
I
no, you
understand.
can't get
I
off
understand.
50. You
Yeah.
got to keep 50.
Right. Okay.
So Chapo, it's his IT guy who brought him down. The balls on this fucking guy. And by the way, you don't want. I mean, how do you react when this story comes out and you're the IT guy?
You gotta run.
It's
This is
like,
Carrabba's.
oh, shit.
This is Carrabba's for you.
No, he's saying like that guy is dead. Everyone he's ever talked
Yeah,
to
but
is
the IT,
dead.
I
the
know,
IT
but I'm
guy,
saying-
they say they flipped the IT guy.
Yes,
Oh,
he's
oh,
dead.
I thought it was like
his
a-
family's
okay.
dead.
Yeah,
Oh,
like
then
this
you're
wasn't like a
fucked.
mistake.
No.
The
Got
IT guy,
No,
they
no,
flipped.
no. Yes. That's
what
why
could they possibly like? What fate is worse than that? Regular jail, fucking whatever they can put on the table is not worth it.
Right?
Not worth it.
That
Like,
has
hey, you're gonna go to
be
jail if you don't flip.
the
Well,
worst
I'm gonna go to jail.
Feeling to turn on like your computer or the TV, be like, Chapo's IT guy flipped. It's like, okay.
Just kill yourself.
Yeah.
That's
It's
why
the
like,
problem
you
is
can't
that they
trust
wipe out
these
your family,
guys.
too.
You can't trust Pete and all these.
no, IT
fucking
guys
losers.
are a devious bunch.
They
Oh,
really
Pete cares about nobody
They'll fuck
but
you over
number
the
one.
second they got a chance.
This bad beat, we just got to show it. One of the all-time bad beats. I still am getting hammered with people don't think we don't know how to gamble. It's crazy, but this bad beat, neither of us had anything on it.
I'm sick just looking
It's
at it,
unbelievable.
and I didn't have a dime on it, and just seeing it, and finding out that the clock expired, they shook hands, and then they're like, "No, come on back out here."
You think that that kid like feels bad?
No,
No, he won. He
Yeah,
covered for
he
them.
covered.
A&M covered for the A&M
Oh,
fans.
right.
This
okay,
happened to
okay.
me once, Dave. I don't know if you also had it, but it was a
Probably.
Dallas Mavericks game, like 2014-ish. They cut to the handshake, and I think it was an under-over, and they cut to the handshake, and you heard the crowd go crazy. And there was a bucket made that they didn't show, and I was like, "What are you talking about? How is this possible?"
I've had a game that I bet go final and off the court, and they change it like half an hour out. Like
Oh,
it
because
went-
the guy was on the line or something?
No, it went in and they didn't count it, and then like half an hour later they counted it.
I've had that too. Whereas, like, I was following on a game. I remember I was tweeting about it. I was following on like a game cast because I couldn't get the game, and I kept on just tweeting like, "Was it a 2 or a 3? What is it, 2 or 3?"
We had that on your lucky streak. Where
Yes.
were we? The Super Bowl?
No, San Antonio.
Yeah, you brought a game back from the dead.
Denver
dead.
versus
Yeah.
Milwaukee. It was
Yeah.
over.
It was over.
On
Went
Gamecast.
final on Gamecast.
And
then
then-
it
What
came
a
back
run
to
you
life.
had.
That went to overtime.
It's unbelievable. It's one of the highest
But
moments
this one
of my
is
life.
sick. Like if you lost on this,
I
play the
said-
board tonight because you're due.
I also said you have permission to kill yourself. Like
Yeah.
nobody would be like, "Oh, he had deep dark problems."
Don't say it on
suicide.
Twitter.
Can't
Are
say-
you
No, I know.
banned for a week?
Yeah, he's out. I
You
won't say
can't tweet.
Can't tweet. All right, major announcement coming out of the KFC radio camp. Once again, I have been suspended from Twitter for the third time. This time for 1 week for making comments directed at Derrick Rose. Even though Derrick Rose just made the same comment.
Like I said, for everybody that think that I'm not going to play the same way, kill yourself.
These Twitter rules, they're asinine, they're unconstitutional, they're un-American, and they go against everything the internet stands for.
Damn.
So, kind of nice to be honest.
By the way, Marty, by the skin of his teeth.
Did you watch that?
Yeah.
I would have bet. So I gave Marty a $3,000 bet. If he won, he got to keep it. If he lost, I'd pay it. He took Duke. It was -20. And for all the world, that 3 at the end that Wake had, which was a wide open, empty gym 3,
Wide
I would
open.
have bet my life that was
And
going.
I couldn't believe because Duke is the classic team to Coach K respects the game
Yeah.
to go 4 corners and not shoot it. I couldn't believe they shot the
The
shot
alley-oop,
going
like,
down
yeah,
the other
yeah,
way.
yeah.
Yeah.
The problem, they had their subs in so early, though, because they were up like 20.
No, they didn't though. They had Zion was still in the game with like 4 minutes left because I had the over.
Let's
And I
say
didn't
like
hit
five
it.
minutes
Yeah,
it came
because I
out.
was sitting there like, come on, let's score.
Yeah, but you're right, though. Like, Bolden just usually would never shoot that at the
Yeah.
last second. That was shoot
You
cell.
lucky.
Big
I
win.
needed that
Good job,
big
Marty.
win, and
Big
I
win
didn't want to
for-
waste his
And then
$1,000.
he had a
for the
stroke
mush.
on Twitter with whatever he tweeted. I couldn't even.
That's
Yeah.
A chicken tender truck flipped over in Alabama. Very Alabama, in that they had to issue a warning like a full day after that you're going to get arrested if you keep picking up these chicken tenders because they're like creating a traffic jam of people pulling over trying to eat these tenders. And it couldn't be, I mean, shit's going bad in Alabama, and this is what they have now, chicken tender. I mean, that's better than gold, probably.
Yeah. So I'm confused because I feel like they also said in the thing like, oh, it's a hazardous, like you can't eat the chicken tenders, they're bad for you. Like
Oh, that's a
they're-
decoy.
I think that's just bullshit, right?
That's a decoy. That's like,
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
Don't touch that.
I mean, the tenders, if they're sitting there for a day, they're
but
not
if there's a
frozen
box
anymore.
of tenders just sitting,
if they're in like plastic bags and
if
shit.
I
or whatever,
heard
like,
that there was a tender crash, like
Come around.
30 minutes away, I'm there. I'm there and I'm scooping them up. In Alabama, What
Oh,
else you got
If
going
you're
on?
doing
Yeah,
that,
yeah,
then
yeah,
in
that's cool.
Alabama, it's
Yeah,
like,
That's cool.
you like move your
losing the
family there.
National championship. It's
Um,
tough.
All right, that's everything we got today. Barstool Gold has come out. I'd say it's successful. I was telling Dan, I'd say we're like 70% to the goal. So thank you to everybody who
Yes.
bought that.
Big thank you.
Yep. Documentary I watched.
How was it? I gotta watch it.
My dad did say it was the greatest football player who ever lived. I like that. That was a good quote.
I saw the clip where your dad was like dancing around the fact that you were the most difficult child ever. When he was like, he would always just say things.
Well, I put my
that
dad in a box.
Yeah.
Like mentally, he's like, I yell at him, he say something, it's like, well, that kind of makes sense, and I have no answers. Someone said it's like, how to feel to get like bodied by an 8-year-old.
But yeah,
like, in
right.
verbal
Like a little
arguments.
10-year-old Dave Portnoy just
Yeah.
walking around owning
Picture of my
everyone.
parents I'd never seen. It was like a wild
That
looking
gif
picture.
of you dancing was something.
That was tough to see. So
Did you
I
see, and Quiggs threw
the
Tommy
Tommy
hands, in
hands
there?
on it. Yeah, so it's like I haven't seen. I guess Dana, whoever, must have been able to transfer home footage to like the
Yeah, you
modern
can do
era.
that.
It's a pretty
Yeah.
weird video to have, no?
What?
Yeah, what? Yeah, were your
Filming you
parents
dancing
at
at the
the
school
dance?
dance
It's a
is
bar
bizarre.
mitzvah.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. I
Yeah.
thought it was just
Sounds
like
like
a
a school
school
dance.
dance.
No,
yeah.
no.
That makes sense.
So there's footage that I have.
Because
just-
that would be very
That'd be
Michael
weird.
Portnoy Esquire. Show up to like a middle school dance
Yeah,
with a camera.
yeah, yeah. No, that was younger. That so
Do we have any of Uncle whatever on his sax?
Steve, I haven't. Here's
That
the-
would be
Here's the
incredible.
thing. I don't know.
I
what
would
they,
love to
I don't know
see
what
that.
they have.
Oh my God.
I literally have no idea what they have because I haven't seen any of this footage. Like it all caught me off guard. It's like, wow, they got that. They got that. I couldn't believe it.
That's
so,
job, Dana.
crazy.
yeah. So it was pretty good.
The making of a mogul.
The beginning, the first scene is like I remember that part. Some kid in a high school state championship game threw up my head, and I remember trying to explain the story like after the game. I was like, well, that kid threw up my head. Whitney says a pussy for not charging the mound because there is a video of me like taking a step and then being like, nope.
That's awesome.
So yeah, Barstool Gold is underway, and again, appreciate everybody who bought it. Anything else?
No,
All right.
nada.
Rundown.